Hi, South by Southwest community. My name is Gary David, and in my regular job, I'm a professor of sociology and experience design at Bentley University, which is a university located just outside of Boston. At Bentley, I've been employed for almost 23 years now. In my spare time, I'm also known as Professor EXP on Twitch, where I live stream educational and sociological content to an audience of over 600 followers, where we explore, examine, and discuss all matter of news, culture, research, social science, and anything people want to explore. I'm also known as the co-host of the Experience by Design podcast, where with my co-host Adam Gamwell, we explore experience designs of all kinds, with close to 8,000 downloads as of this recording. In addition to those two things, I'm also a blogger and I host a YouTube channel where I curate content related to sociological exploration and understanding to a range of audiences, from people who just are interested in knowing more about sociology to people in business who want to know how to more effectively engage with their employees, their customers, or anybody who they're seeking an audience with. For all this work, I was selected by the company Elgato as one of their creator spotlights, highlighting the work that I've been doing on bringing education through technology to broader audiences for anybody who wants to learn, anybody interested in learning, and creating communities of learning where we can learn from one another. Now, as proud as I am of all of this work, in the majority of universities and places of higher education, none of this would count as scholarly engagement. It may not count towards promotion and tenure. As a matter of fact, it might actually work against somebody because it's not seen as scholarly contributions that was found in a scholarly journal or a scholarly book. Unfortunately, schools only emphasize those kinds of contributions, with public scholarship and applied work virtually ignored. And at a time when social media is a site of disinformation and conspiracy theories, fueling people to not think for themselves and to engage in activities that they might not otherwise do if there was alternative information that they had access to, these institutions and educators have an obligation to engage more broadly than they have traditionally. We need to get more involved in these spaces. We need to get more involved with these audiences. However, along with the culture of higher education, there are a number of other barriers that exist which make it difficult for this to happen. First, educators lack the awareness of some of these platforms, or even the knowledge of how to use them if they wanted to. Institutions, for their part, lack the strategy of how to integrate public scholarship into their own portfolio of offerings. They don't know how to connect it to their brand. They don't know how to use it to attract others or to promote who they are to broader audiences, be they prospective students, be they donors, or be they corporate partners. The result is educational content and professional knowledge being kept behind this paywall known as tuition, only accessible to those who can gain access to the classes or to those who can get access to the journals or to those who can understand the books that are typically written. So to deal with this problem, we are proposing the session, Creating Social Content for Public Education. And through this panel, we will demonstrate the impact of public scholarship through social media and live stream tools such as Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, and others. And we will show the importance of these avenues of creating engagement and communities of learning around the world. Our three primary learning objectives for this panel are as follows. First, we want to create a general understanding of social media and live streaming tools, and show examples of educational engagement through these different kinds of tools. Second, we want to demonstrate measurement approaches that can be used to examine the impact of public scholarship on community learning and engagement, to see the impact and how we're making a difference. Three, we want to provide implementable employee, student, and community experiences strategies that can be used in educational contexts in order to leverage these tools. A lot of work that I personally do is on experience integration And there are some really important and creative ways we can bring all of these different areas together to accomplish our primary goal, which is to extend learning into the world. We will have a panel of persons who have engaged in the social media landscape as educators, sharing their experiences and outcomes, their tools and approaches, successes and failures, and ideas for future innovation. Ultimately, our panel goal is to help educators see the potential and importance of social media and live streaming public engagement of academic scholarship. That public could include community members, could include just those interested in learning, or it might include businesses who are trying to understand new trends or old theories, and from which new partnerships between industry and academia can emerge. To put it simply, we are living in a moment where educators need to expand their classrooms to the world in ways that are accessible, digestible, and meaningful. We have the tools to reach people and engage them in dialogue and create virtual communities of learning. Educators, for their part, just need the knowledge of how to do so. And institutions, for their part, just need the will to embrace these efforts as important and central to their mission as a place of learning. And through this panel, we hope to show how both educators and institutions can accomplish both of those goals. Thanks for your time. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you in Austin in March. Take care.